Okay. Let's start recording. And I should be streaming. And hopefully my computer sound doesn't come through. Yeah, I thought I would do another one of these. Because I had some people a couple weeks ago telling me I should consider doing another one of these. So I thought, why not? So to those of you joining, welcome to the live stream. Let me move my microphone. And I do apologize if you can hear some stuff in the background. I am probably not going to be active on here for too long because I'm kind of not sure what I would talk about for that long, and I've been up since 4 o'clock in the morning because non-24 is a royal pain. So I'm probably going to go take a nap around 2. Let me see here. To bring up the page for the live stream here. And I'll try to read the comments, things like that. Here we go. Alright, let me mute that so I don't have to listen to it. Let's look at stats here. Okay, we're up to 8. It's not too bad. Actually, now it's 9. Let's look at the chat. Bunch of people saying hi. Hey, welcome to the stream. For those of you that are just tuning in, I don't know. These might be interesting. They might not. I guess it just depends on you, right? I really, like I said, haven't really had much to put up here because I've played a lot of the good games that are out there. So right now I'm kind of just not really sure what to do. Let's see here. Oh, Wyatt says, hi, it's my birthday today. Well, happy birthday to you. I don't really much care about my birthday anymore. The last major one was 21, and even that one wasn't that special. Stephen Crouch says, hi Chris, love the stuff that you post on your own site and YouTube. Well, thank you. I'm glad that people like the content that I produce. You know, I always say that if I benefit at least one person, then that makes it worth it. Speaking of which, I am thinking about doing a special live stream in January. So that is January of 2024, because that will mark 10 years that I've been on YouTube. I'm not really sure what I'm going to do, per se. I guess we'll just have to... Okay. Let me... Hopefully that didn't disconnect. Uh-oh. Oh, I got a disconnect thing. Uh-oh. No, I think we're good. I'm monitoring the stream. And it looks like... Okay, well. I guess it didn't disconnect. Or it disconnected temporarily and it just reconnected. Okay. We're good. Let me just monitor this for a few more seconds. Yep. Okay, that's enough listening to me. Jackson said, I got disconnected. Got some other people saying the stream is still live. Yeah, I did get disconnected for a couple of seconds, but it looks like it is working just fine. See, that's the advantage of having it buffer like this, so that if you lose your connection, I guess that's one reason that you're fine. Denny said, I watched the video of The Last of Us, and boy oh boy did I laugh at the voice and its weird glitching. Yeah, I don't know why that voice glitches. I don't know if it's a recording or whether they're using the actual text-to-speech engine. Yeah, it's very strange. Blind Master Productions saying, good afternoon, Chris. Yay, welcome to the stream. Max says, can't you post other things besides just doing audio gaming? Yeah, I mean, I've been doing a bunch of tutorials. I guess it just depends on what people want, really. Denny asking how I've been doing. Hey, I've been doing okay. But yeah, no, I guess it really depends on what people want. Problem I always have is, like, I've thought about starting a podcast or something, but then it would be like, I don't know necessarily what kinds of things I would talk about and what people would want me to talk about. So it's like, well, you know. See, I think I'm caught up on comments here. Let's see. Blind Master Productions says, Chris, I'd like to collaborate with you for audio games that you recommend. You can get in touch. I'm not really sure what we would do, but sure, that's always a possibility. Ken says, sup? Not too much. I am dealing with non-24, which is annoying. Denny says, can't be, it was something about auto-tuned, like a speech engine doing it. I don't know how they're generating the speech. It's I don't know. And that was in reference to the comment about The Last of Us, I believe. Max says, yeah, your website's great. I like that you're hosting the Windows pre-installation files. Yeah, I'm glad I can host those because those are hard to find and they are very helpful for a blind technician that needs to work on computers. Oh yeah, and he said, yeah, that's very useful to install the older operating systems that don't have accessibility. Yep, I agree. Aiden says hi. Axel is asking if I use Goldwave or Reaper to produce my skits. I use Goldwave both to create and to modify them. I don't really have experience with Reaper. Problem with Reaper too is I think you need a third-party plugin to make it accessible, and I'm not a fan of that. So yeah, I use Goldwave primarily. It seems to do the things that I would want, which, to be fair, I don't do a whole lot, so it works just fine. John Follis says, hello, Chris. Hope you're well. Yeah, no, I'm doing okay. Like I said, I'm just tired because non-24. It's annoying. And for those of you that don't know, that is a condition where when you don't respond to light, your sleep schedule is all whacked, which is my case because I can't see light, and so I go to sleep when I'm tired and I wake up when I'm not, and yeah, it's annoying. Blind Gamer 42 says, what's up, Chris? This is Nuclear from Discord. Hey, not too much. How about you? I'm just doing another one of these live streams. John Fall is asking me if I've played Technoshock. I've tried to play it. It's very confusing. I found your gameplay demo of it, but I'm still kind of confused. It's an interesting concept, but I don't think the game has been maintained since probably 2007, 2008. Also, I think it's pretty buggy too. Blind Master Productions says, I've played the Veil Audio Pong and several that you gave up, like Dark and Chain. Yeah, I don't get Dark and Chain. That was very confusing. Blue Ken says hi. Blind Master Productions asks if I've used Dobion. What is Dobion? I don't know what that is. Max Bikowski says, yeah, the only downside is you need one or two flash drives, one for the PE and the other for the installer or the operating system that you want to install. Yeah, that's the only downside to it, because basically you have to boot the pre-installation environment to have it talk to you, and then you have to run the installer to install the operating system that you want. Not really necessary now with Windows 10 and beyond, but it's there. And of course, these can be used for way more than just installing things. They come with a bunch of tools that you can use to recover information, change passwords, things like that. Blind Master Productions says, I've been focusing on a lot of audio editing. Been using Audacity. I have a blind community radio Discord server. Yes, I am on Discord now, for those of you that are curious. It's not ideal, but I can use it, and it's gotten better, even though I still think it's a bit clunky. But yes, I'm on Discord. You can go to christopherw.me, and I've got the information for Discord listed on the contact page. I should probably change, because I think my Discord ID has changed to match their newer stuff. But yeah, I'm on Discord now. It's a little crazy because I didn't think I would use Discord, and of course I didn't think I would use Steam, but here we go, I guess. It just goes to show you how things change. But I still think that they're both clunky. I would not call them pleasant to use, but you can use them definitely. DJKR Productions 2023, I think. I'm sorry if I'm not saying that right. Says, do you know how to use Goldwave on Windows? To a point, not. I don't know how to use the entire program, but I know how to use the features that I want to use on it, which is primarily cutting chunks from recordings, putting recordings together, doing different things like that. Houston says, can't wait for homecoming next weekend. Okay, well, you have fun. I never really cared too much about that stuff in school. Was always more interested in going home and trying to teach myself something new about computers, or trying to find a good book to read, because they weren't doing either for me in school. John Follis says, I'm looking forward to Forza Motorsport in 2023. Yes, I am too. I pre-ordered the premium edition. I hope I didn't make a mistake by doing that. So I should get it on October 5th. And I hope this game lives up to the hype. I will be doing a demo on YouTube, of course, probably once I've kind of mastered it. But yeah, no, I'm definitely hoping that it's worthwhile. And I also hope that it will run decently well on my computer. It should. I mean, I have a new graphics card, and I was able to play The Last of Us, so I would hope it would work. Max says Discord is getting better with accessibility, but it's not very good on mobile. Last I tried it on iOS, it actually worked quite well. On Windows, it works pretty well as long as you treat it like an application and not a web page. So that was the thing that took me a while to wrap my brain around, was you have to turn off browse mode. Well, I guess it's called browse mode with NVDA. I forget what JAWS calls it, but basically you turn that mode off. That way the keyboard commands you press are passed to the application directly, instead of it being interpreted as navigating a website. I wish Discord was a standard program, but it's Electron based like everything else, or that's how things appear to be going. And well, I guess that's just that is how it is what it is, and it works. I find it clunky. That's also how Steam works now, so it's not perfect, but the key thing I wanted to be able to do was to download games by myself without having to use a bunch of very bizarre hacks and things like that, and you can do that now. So Steam uses a web-based thing too, so like I said, it's not perfect, but it's a lot better than it was. iOS game content says hi. Hey, Uh, Blind Master Production says dystopian is an app that you can record. Oh, so apparently you can record. You can record sound and send it to YouTube without YouTube having a hissy fit about no video. Okay, that's kind of cool. I may have to check into that. Problem is, I don't really use my phone primarily. I prefer using an operating system like Mac OS or Windows. But that's kind of cool. I may have to check that out. Blind Master Productions. Blind Master Productions is asking how I send the audio files I record using Audacity to YouTube. So I did a tutorial on this. If you go look at the tutorials playlist on the channel, there's a website I found where you can take your file and put it up there, convert it to a video file, which you can put on YouTube, and YouTube will not have a hissy fit. So hopefully that will help you. Danny asks, Chris, what would you do if I sent you 2 packs of Croatian milk? Would you enjoy? No. Nah, you shouldn't really send food. You shouldn't send food in the mail. That is a very bad idea. That would go bad by the time I got it. Blind Master Productions says, I use Discord Canary. I think that's the beta version, isn't it? I'm just on the stable version. And like I said, it works pretty well, assuming you treat it like a classic program. Houston says, my friend who graduated at the end of my sophomore year released his first EP yesterday. What kind of music? Blind Master Productions talking about JAWS and the PC cursor. The virtual PC cursor is used for web content. You have to turn that off. I think it's I think you hit JAWS key Z and that does the same thing. I'm not really a JAWS user. Max Bakowski says the iOS version of Discord has some other bugs not related to accessibility. What kind of bugs? Because I really see, the problem is I don't use mobile that much. I'm not a fan of touchscreens. I mean, they work, but they are not what I would call efficient. I will always prefer a tactile means of doing things. So you can't beat buttons. There's just no way. Max Bakowski, the browse mode equivalent in JAWS is the virtual PC cursor. Yeah, okay. Yeah, okay. So if you hit insert Z, that will turn that off. Blind Master Productions says you can't type your passcode in several places using Braille screen input. I don't use Braille screen input on the iPhone to type passwords because I can't tell what characters are being typed, so if it's not accurate, I don't know. Blind Master Productions says even Messenger is acting up on iOS. I don't use Facebook, so I can't comment. Denny's asking if my TT server is still active and if it's crowded. It's active. It's not that crowded. It just depends on the time of day and how many people are there, but typically there's not that many people up there. iOS game content says I have Windows 11 Pro, but I have Windows XP sound, so when I turn on my computer, it sounds like I'm using XP. Okay, that's kind of cool. I thought about doing that, but there's too much work involved and I can't be bothered. Blue Ken, just wondering why you decided not... What? Why you decided not to people graphic at all? I don't know what you're talking about. Sorry. Houston says, I like dystopian because I can bass boost things. Okay. Yeah, and Max says, yeah, yep, do not use Discord Canary. It's the beta. DGKR talking about dystopian being another software program for editing sound. Blind Master Productions, that's how I do. Audacity is saving it in OneDrive. And then I can access it on my phone and upload the audio files to YouTube. Okay, so that's another way to do it, assuming you have an iOS device. I like the way I found because you just use a website. So as long as you have a web browser, that'll work. Blind Master Productions says, hey sir, and I both used Discord Canary. Okay. Yeah, like I said, that's a beta and I don't really want to run that because it's probably not as stable. Ken talking about Windows 7. I destroyed my Windows 7 VM. And he says, just kidding. Okay, I mean, that's up to you. Max Bukowski saying that the mobile version of Discord crashes. Like I said, I haven't used it quite enough, so I can't say. I prefer to use it on my computer. Blue Ken, why don't you put graphics on your videos? Honestly, because I can't be bothered and because I think it's kind of cool that when you come to this channel, you get to experience things the way that I do. I think it's a different experience and, I think people might enjoy it, or I would hope so. Probably not. I mean, that's the sad reality is most people are completely lost if they don't have their eye candy, but I think it provides a different experience. Let's see, Houston says he writes a lot of slower pop ballads. Okay. That was in reference to the thing I was asking about his friend producing music. Yes, as you can probably tell, I am not a music buff. If music went away tomorrow, it really wouldn't bother me too much. I mean, yeah, I would miss a few bands, but it wouldn't bother me. Blind Master Productions. Says mine doesn't crash. Mine doesn't crash, but it is rather laggy on mobile, and my videos are black screens as well. I think that was in reference to Discord. Yeah. Blue Ken's asking me about Telegram. It's up to you. Blind Master Productions. Tony Gebhard is a very good musician. I used to talk to him a long time ago. Probably a good 9-10 years ago. Max Bukowski. I prefer to do everything on the computer through Microsoft Windows or Linux. Yeah, no, I have not found. There's nothing comparable to a desktop class system. I find that I'm more productive, and I find the experience to be much more efficient than trying to use a touch screen. Yeah, and that's not likely to change. But that's why I say that if you can, you should have access to the major platforms, right? So that you can take advantage of them. So I mean, I have access to Mac OS, Windows. I have an iPhone, and I have an Android phone. Sorry. And the reason being is that you can take the best parts from these platforms and you can use them all. Jonan Music says, yeah, Tony has created some really cool music. I don't know what his channel is called, but I can definitely check it out. Oh. I think I'm caught up. Wow. Look at that. I'm caught up. All right. We've been going for about half an hour. We'll go for another 20 minutes or so. Yeah, no. If you can give me a link to his channel, I can go check it out. Though if I'm going to listen to music, typically I prefer either no lyrics at all or female leads, because the female voice is, I find, much more pleasing to listen to. In most cases, not all, but most. Jonan Music says, thought it was just Tony Gebhard. I will have to search for that. Blind Master Productions says, A lot of the time he does heavy rock. Okay, then that might be pretty cool. Because I do tend to like rock music. Rock or... Oh gosh, let me see. Rock or techno or disco or... anything like that is pretty cool. Not really a fan of pop or rap or things like that. But that just goes to show that music is entirely subjective. So you can't please everyone. But no, generally I'm not a music fan. I would much rather have a good book to read. So I would be very upset if books were to go away, but not so much about music. Jonin Music says, yeah, indeed, although some of his songs are calmer. Okay. Yeah, I'll have to go check it out. Does he just play the instruments? Because that would be even better. Because the problem I have is I don't care what people are saying, and in most cases I find the voice to be distracting, and I find that it tends to clash with the instruments, and then I don't like that. Max Bukowski says, I don't like lyrics at all. That's why I like to listen to MIDI. MIDI, now that's an interesting one. MIDI highly depends on the synthesizer that you use. And I am not musically inclined enough to know what are good and what aren't good things to use. But MIDI is pretty cool because the way that works is the computer plays the computer plays the music based on instructions that the file contains. So the files you have don't contain data for the actual music data. They just contain the instructions that the computer uses to play the music, which is pretty cool. But again, my lack of music prowess means that's about the only thing that I know of. Jonin Music says, if you like thrillers, you might like the Douglas Preston and Lincoln Child books. Childs, I'm sorry. I'm not sure what those are about, and it depends what kind of thriller. I'm mostly into sci-fi and fantasy. So if it's just things like, oh, this person was killed, blah, 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 not much into those. I like to read about things like magic and things that wouldn't be possible because, truth be told, I find a lot of the world to be extremely boring, and books are a very good escape. But yeah, I may have to check those books out. Douglas Preston and Lincoln Childs. Okay, I'll have to go look those up. There's a band in the 70s that did a song called Jessica, and it's just instruments. I'm going to need more information than just that. Probably the band name, too. Santon says hi. Hey. Welcome to the live stream. Oh, and my arm just popped. Sorry about that. It does that every once in a while. Let's look at the stats here. 11 watching now. Yeah, I don't know. I need to find more. More books to check out because I'm running out of good ones to look into. Super Michelle DJ says hi, hey, and welcome to the stream. There's about 20 minutes left because, like I said, I think I'm going to go take a nap here in a little bit. But I thought I would do one of these again because why not? And yeah, I definitely am. Oh, excuse me. I definitely looking into creating a special live stream in January. I don't know what we're going to do yet, so if you got any ideas, let me know. But I don't know, it might be kind of cool to do that, because I think the first video that I put up here was like January 12th or something like that, and that was me playing the Kringle Crash game, and it's just gone. It's just gone from there. Super Michelle DJ says what? Not sure what that's about. I think the band was the... Wait, what? The Allman Brothers? Okay, I'll check that out too. TTS Productions 1200 asks if I've considered looking at A11 Labs. I have taken a look at that. Their voices are pretty cool. I was thinking about making a text-to-speech skit with them, but I don't know what I would do, honestly. But the voice quality is very, very good. Francis Cole says, hey, and welcome to the stream. Super Michelle DJ says, I like sci-fi too. I like the space. Horror themes. Yeah, I don't mind sci-fi. It's not my top favorite, but it's not bad every once in a while. I guess it just depends on how the book is written. I just finished The Martian. That wasn't a bad book. It wasn't great, but the amount of stuff that happened to that guy on Mars was crazy. It was like, damn. But yes, yeah, I read that. I read The Martian. Ray Bradbury's stuff is pretty good. Fahrenheit 451 is fantastic. I have the version read by him, and it's pretty cool. What else? Brave New World is pretty good too. So for those of you that haven't read Brave New World, I would highly recommend that one too. Houston says, what I find really cool is that the songs my friend all the songs that my friend did were self-written, mixed, edited, and mastered. Yeah, no, it's... I mean, if you have the talent to do it, yeah, that's great. Me, I do not, and I really don't care. And quite honestly, I'm glad I don't, because the blind musician thing is such a stereotype. It is an insane stereotype, and I'm glad I don't conform to that. CD360. Did you see the comment I posted on your Psycho Strike video a few days ago? I don't think so. I'd have to go look at it. TTS Productions 1200. Did you know that there's new ringtones with the iOS 17 release candidate? Yeah, they're not bad. They're not great. They're quieter. I mean, I guess that's kind of cool because it's not as jarring, but not a major fan of them. I don't really use my iPhone as a phone, not now, but I guess that's kind of cool. Jonan Music says Douglas Preston has one book about a machine on Mars. What? It's about a machine on Mars. Oh, you mean that has shot a meteorite at Earth? Okay, that might be kind of cool. I might have to go check that out. Leander says hi, hey. And I'm caught up once again. Yeah, I'm gonna have to check those out. Like I said, it just depends on how well the books are, how well they are written. Oh, man. Dominic says, hello, hey. Welcome to the stream. Although I really should get off of here pretty soon because I think being awake since 4 o'clock has finally caught up with me. And I should probably go lay down for a few hours and recharge. But yeah, no. Oh, sorry. You may not have been able to hear me because I wasn't right in front of my microphone. Let me move this a little bit. CD says 1984 is a good read if you want a reflection on how the world is now. Yes, I tend to agree. It's sad that 1984 was fiction, not so much anymore. It says real life isn't as extreme, but we're slowly getting there. Yes, we are. There are some people that are using that. As a handbook rather than a warning, which is what it was meant to be. That book is very creepy. I would highly recommend that you read that. It is very worth it. And I hope we never end up like that, because that would be a horrible world to live in. I'd rather die than have to live in a world like that. But yeah, 1984 is fantastic. Houston. Houston's saying, if I like rock bands with female vocals, saying I should check out the band Spirit Box. You know, I'll have to do that. We shall see. Spirit Box, huh? Because the main ones I like actually would be Paramore. That's not too bad. Parts of Hailstorm. I don't like her newer stuff, but her first two releases are pretty good. I don't like her new stuff because it sounds too weird. And the Nearly Deads. But yeah, I'm gonna check out Spirit Box. That might be kind of cool. Jonan says that particular book gave me chills in the end, and they are written particularly well. Yeah, the way 1984 concluded, that was designed to give you chills. Yeah, it is very creepy. Leander. Leander says, how can I launch Psycho Strike? Because my friend did install something and it says read the license. Well, if you installed it, you should be able to run the program. So if it's not running, try installing it again, because the program might have been corrupted or something. Ken talking about 1984 says, I read it and it had the term telescreens, which was talking about modern TVs. Yeah, I'm pretty sure they are meant to be TVs. They're TVs for displaying propaganda, as well as I think they have cameras so that they can monitor you. Which the scary thing is that this stuff could happen. There are bad people out there that would use it. But that's why it just goes to show that the tools themselves won't do harm, but it's the person behind them, it's the person controlling them that can do harm. And that is very true. That will continue to be true, I suppose, for as long as there are humans. Leander says Skien. I'm not sure what that's about. Mark Miller says, yo, hey. Philippe. Not sure what that is. It might be either an emoji, which I have turned off, or characters in another language because it's not reading it to me. Max Bukowski says, I do think the world is slowly going in that direction. Yes, it is, and it's unfortunate. Houston says, yeah, I would say Spirit Box falls more towards metal. Okay, well, I guess we'll see. As long as it's not screamo metal, because I don't like that. I don't like hearing. Ah! It's like, yeah, no, that's that. No. Philippe says hi. Or Philip, not sure how you say that. Leander, not sure what that is either. Sleeper Michelle DJ says, just curious, but do you ever read nonfiction? Very rarely. Not very often, because most of them don't tend to hold my interest. Trying to think of any recent ones I've read. Yeah, extremely rare. Actually, there was a pretty good one I read about 5 or 6 years ago, called Exploding the Phone. That was about people hacking the phone system back in the United States, back when you could do that. Of course, you can't really... You can't do that now, but yeah, that was called Exploding the Phone. That was pretty cool. CD... The key difference between telescreens and traditional TVs is that telescreens can only be turned down. They cannot be turned off completely. Yes. That's a big thing. Also, I believe they have cameras. I suppose modern TVs can, but these definitely had them. And yes, that was the thing. You could turn down the viewing screens in 1984, but you could not turn them off by design. Yeah, no, there's a lot of creepy things in there. Lots of creepy stuff in that book. Philippe says that's Macedonian. I forgot to switch to English. That's okay. Leander, something else, not sure what that's about. Houston, I've only heard a couple songs by them. They don't seem to scream. Talking about Spirit Box. Excuse me. Yeah, I'll definitely have to check out that band. Max, the way the phone system used to work back in the day was fascinating. Yeah, of course, me, if I had my way, I would say good riddance to the PSTN, because the audio quality sucks. For those of you that don't know, that is the plain I think it's the PSTN. That's the plain switch telephone network. That's the classic telephone network. Yeah, that book was basically about people making calls and not being charged and doing a whole bunch of different things. Which I guess now it really doesn't matter because long distance calls are free, at least if you're inside the United States. I don't know how calling works between countries, and I don't really want to try it because I don't want to get hit with a bunch of fees. But yeah, no, it was an interesting read, and there were quite a few blind people that were mentioned because apparently blind people were pretty involved with that. Which, I mean, it's pretty obvious why, because the telephone is based on sound, so yeah. But no, like I said, if I had my way, the classic telephone network would be dead by now. But we'll just have to wait and see what happens. Leander is asking if I know the song DJ Chucky. I don't know what that is. I've never heard of that. CD that says there's a song by a female rock band called Pretend We're Dead. I can't remember who it is though. Okay, well, I may have to check that out too. Max Bukowski says you could do that back in the day. I think talking about phone phreaking, basically trying to hack the phone to make calls and things like that without being charged for them. Phone phreaking, yeah, some crazy stuff. But you can't really do that now because it's all been patched. Houston says, remember when TVs used to have metal screens? You mean a cathode ray? I'm not totally sure what you're talking about. Yeah, I'm not sure what you're talking about there. Of course, I'm not really that much into TVs, honestly. I mean, I do have a TV right here that talks to me, and that's pretty cool. But TV is another one of those things where if it went away tomorrow, it wouldn't bother me too much. Francis Cole says, how do you route the mouse with VoiceOver on Mac OS? I think it's VoiceOver Command F5 to move the mouse pointer to the VoiceOver cursor. But you may want to look that up. Because I don't remember off the top of my head. Oh, okay. Well, it's already 2 o'clock. Let's look at some stats here. Okay, so I've been streaming for about an hour. Let's see. We are at 12 watching now. That's not too bad. Not too bad at all. CD. Wait. Okay, so Leander is asking if I know about Shooter. That's the game by Mason. Yeah, I did a demo back on the channel. It's an okay game. It's an okay time waster. You can go check that out. CD says, I just looked it up. The song Pretend We're Dead is by band L7. Okay, I'll have to go check that out once I'm done listening to, or once I'm done live streaming here. Pretend We're Dead. Huh. Okay. Computers for the Blind says hi. Philip says hi. My name is pronounced. Okay, good. So I'm glad I'm pronouncing it correctly now. I do apologize too for my stutter. It is incredibly annoying. I would do almost anything to get rid of it because it really is quite annoying. This was Philip. Houston says, I'm talking about the screens that felt like glass. What? Oh. Yeah, I'm still not sure what you're talking about. Might have been a cathode ray tube. Marco Garatoni says, I think what? Oh, I think AI is a toy. Yeah, I tend to agree. I think it is a toy right now. It's an interesting toy, but that's about it. Leander asks, where can I download Shooter? There's a link in the description for the game on the channel where you can download it. Alright, well, I guess I'm going to get off of here and go take a nap. I hope you guys have enjoyed the stream. Let me just check for comments here real quick. But yeah, I think that's going to do it for me for right now anyway. So, hope you guys have enjoyed, and like I said, if you have any questions, comments, things of that nature, just let me know. Let's see, let's check for comments again. Okay, well, I guess that's it. All right. Well, until next time, you guys take care, and I will talk to you later.